Hello and welcome to Georgetown Middle High School. You will be using Schoology, which is a web-based program, to access any assignments that your teacher posts for your class. You will be able to view the assignments and worksheets, download those same worksheets, submit your completed work, and receive verbal or written feedback from your teachers. Please be aware that you will access and download your assignments from the teacher using Schoology, but you will be completing that assignment most likely using Google Docs or Notability. Both of those apps are used widely at our school, and you will receive training on how to use them as well. When you log into Schoology, you will be able to see your current classes, which you can then access by clicking on each of them. Schoology has an iPad app that has an S on top, and if you click on that app, this is the page that you will see. For you, because you are logging for the first time, you will have to log in through your school. Well, in this particular case, it's going to ask you to select your school, and you will need to choose Georgetown Middle High School. This Schoology iPad app has been downloaded on your iPad if you purchased it from the school. However, if you're using your own device, you can go into the App Store and download the app for free. And since the assumption is that you're logging into Schoology for the first time, and we will get started by logging into Schoology using a web browser, because there are a few features that I have to show you or that we have to log into as well, which are only available if we use a web browser. If at any point you experience any issues with the Schoology app and you cannot log into an assignment, or if it's just a login issue or submission issue, please know that you can always use a web browser to access the account, and you could use either Safari or Chrome. So I will start by going into Chrome. You will go to www.schoology.com and you will be taken to a login page. I already have a login page pre-populated. For the user, I have a fake email account, or it's an email account that I created just for the training purposes. In your case, your username will always be your school email address, which ends with georgetown.k12.ma.us, and your password. You will be receiving a temporary password, which you will then change into a password that is secure and that you will remember. So when you log into your Schoology page, it will take you to a course dashboard, and that course dashboard has all of the courses that you are currently involved in. I'd like to bring your attention to a few parts of the page. On top of the page, where you see the Georgetown Middle High School logo, you see the courses, groups, resources, and more. In your case, there's really nothing more at this point. Courses, if you click on that, it just lists all of the courses you're enrolled in. Groups, you will ultimately become a member of one-to-one student resources that will contain a variety of training videos and anything else that you may need. And then there's another tab called resources, which you will be using to some extent. What I'd like to get started with is getting you to connect your Google Drive into your Schoology, so that way you can access all of the things. So right now, if I go into Schoology, let's say Schoology page, I'm going to uninstall this so that I show you how to do it from scratch or from the beginning. But if you click on resources, which is where I went, and on the left side you see a search, personal, group, and apps. If you click on the apps button, it brings you to an install resource apps confirmation. You have to click agree, and it takes you to several resource apps that are available through Schoology. You will click on Google Drive Resource App, click Install, and now you will see Google Drive Resource App on the left side. What you will see is just obviously that name. When you click on that, it will ask you to log into your Google Drive, which would be your school email, and the password that I believe you had last year in 7th grade. And if you're new to the district, let us know and we can get you a temporary password. But once that is connected, you are going to see all of the folders you have available in your Google Drive. What's great about this is that if you write a response or complete an assignment, you can go directly into your Google Drive, even through Schoology, and submit your assignment directly to the teacher. I'll go back to the home page. A couple of other features of this page before I jump into the course. If you click on the top right where you see a blue circle, you can change that to add a picture. So you have your profile, you're a member of the Georgetown Middle High School, and then if you click on the settings, that will take you to several different options. You will, if you'd like to change your password, you are going to go into account password and change it here. Time zone in your case is going to have Eastern time because you are part of the school. This is an email that I created that's outside of the school network. Notifications is where I'd like you to go before school starts so that you can choose how you're notified if there are any changes to the course. So for instance, if a teacher submits a new assignment, if a teacher provides comments to something you did, if anything is, let's say you're part of a discussion board and there are comments, if there are school updates, all of these things you can select how you receive your notification. My advice is that you select on from anything from your teacher, so that way you don't miss any assignments. And then you can save changes. And if anything changes after that, you'd like to be more notified or less notified, you can go back into that settings, notifications, and change it. Speaking of your notifications, the bell here, if you click on that, it gives you any latest notifications, so anything that was done, like a course update or a discussion update, etc. So you would also be able to see a number on this bell of how many notifications you received since you last logged in. And then if you receive an email, you will be able to see it right on top right where there is an envelope as well. I will go back to the main page or course dashboard and click on the course so that you could take a look. Typically, all of the courses are going to be organized similarly. The course itself, the picture is something that a teacher can change. Folders and how they're organized will vary from class to class, but each course page is going to have all of these tabs on the left, like materials, updates, grades, mastery, attendance, and members. In your case, the most important part is the materials feature. So when you click on this tab, it takes you to any content that teacher has posted in the course. Same with the updates. If anything, if there's a quick notice, if there's a quick reminder and a teacher saying you have a test tomorrow or something like that, you would be able to see that as well. As far as the grades and mastery, at this point, we as a school are using a different portal, which I believe 6th graders were using last year. So any grades that you receive in any class will be posted on the portal. We are not set up to use the grades feature in Schoology. So again, focus on the materials, and then you can see deeply, if you go into each folder, you can see on a deeper level where everything is saved. I created an assignment here just to give you an idea of what it looks like. This would be an example of an assignment that a teacher created. And if you wanted to, if you're using a web browser and you would like to submit an assignment, you would click submit here, and then it could take you to, if you're using your computer, to your hard drive, or you can go directly to your Google Drive like you did before. But since most students will use iPads, I wanted to show you how to access your Schoology using an iPad and submit an assignment that way. So I will go into Schoology. Once you open Schoology app for the first time, make sure you locate our school, Georgetown Middle High School, and then you will do continue, put in your email, and that email is going to be, let's see, I'll just start from the beginning. That email is going to be your georgetown.k12.ma.us email account. So once you log into your Schoology app, there will be the same features, but it will look a little different. The first thing you will see is course dashboard. All of your courses are listed on there. And on top left, where you see these 3 bars, if you click on that, again, it has your name, your messages, notifications, home, courses, groups, pretty much anything. Or the same thing that you saw on the browser, it just looks a little different. Account settings is where you would be able to go and change notifications for anything that you get. So it's the same thing. And by the way, with respect to notifications, how you're notified can vary based on each device. You could just get an email notification, or you can have a mobile notification. So that would mean a notification on your screen as well. I'll go back to home and go to a course. So let's say you logged in, you know you have an assignment due, and I just want to click one more thing. If you look at bottom, there are 3 icons. The third one is a calendar. If you click on that calendar, it also lists assignments that are due or that are upcoming. It doesn't list past assignments, it just lists the upcoming ones. So if now you know that you've got an assignment due, you can click on that assignment, and it will give you, if a teacher put in any instructions, you would see them listed here. If a teacher provided an attachment, in this case, I put in a Microsoft Word instruction document, so you could click on that and view it. But let's say you're ready to submit an assignment, submit a completed worksheet. So you would click on top, you see info and submissions, you would click on the submissions, and then on top right corner there's a plus sign. When you click on plus sign, there are several options. Create a submission would allow you to just type in your response. So all you're doing is typing directly in here. If it's a big assignment, you really don't want to do that because you don't have a way of saving it. If something goes wrong, then your work is lost. What you should do is go into your Google Drive, create all of your assignments, and then submit it that way. So let's go back to the plus sign. And in your case, we're going to submit from resources. So now if you remember, we connected you to your Google Drive, and now you have the Google Drive resource app. If you click on that, it will take you to everything that you have, all of your folders, and you can keep clicking until you find the right folder. In this case, I just created a blank document that pretty much just says test. So if you click on that, you can import file, and it imports or attaches that resources, and when you click submit, you have submitted that assignment to your teacher. It tells you when you submitted it for the first time. It tells you the date and the time, and this little green letter, it says on time, which means you submitted it before the deadline. If it were late, it would be in red and it would say late. But that's pretty much how you would submit it. If you would like to write a comment next to your submission, there is a little comment sign right here, and you can put in plus and type in a comment that your teacher would see. And now those comments would show up on the right side of your assignment submission. If you have any questions about Schoology, each of your teachers should be able to help you, because each of your teachers will create his or her assignments. If you're having any issues logging in, you can reach out to Miss Marchetti or Mr. Schwarzkopf, both of whom are technology integration specialists, and we can help you with anything you need as well.